Poindexter is the second mixtape that Bino has ever made. Yeah, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but so many things kept coming up, but I'm here now. Something that a lot of people don't talk about on this mixtape is that it was released the same day as Community. And I think that's so funny. Like, when one of them came out, was like was one group of people watching Community, and like another group of people listening to Poindexter. Like, I don't know, I just think it's funny. Or like, where they both can enjoy at the same time. I wouldn't know because I was really little. And the truth is that it actually came out one day after my 6th birthday. Yeah, I didn't even know what bino was. And yeah, I think that Poindexter was a lot better than Sick Boy. I don't know. I just don't find many songs from Sick Boy as enjoyable. But Poindexter was an improvement, I think. The first song is Extraordinary. Yeah. I remember, so there's like this song that they sampled from, I don't remember what it's called, but I remember when I worked at Walmart, they used to always play it there, and every time I would think it's extraordinary, and it was so funny. I feel like I still haven't gotten used to it, and yeah, I just thought it was really funny. But yeah, this is a really good, not really, this is a pretty good intro, in my opinion, for like a mixtape. I always just like mixtapes and albums and stuff on how good like the intro song is. And this one was really good. It's not like one of the best ones I've ever heard. But yeah, I liked it. Yeah. There's a line in there where he was like, get your camera phone, prove you've seen me, or else you'll be with friends, like, please believe me. And I think that's funny because when I saw bino in concert, he kept telling us to not be like recording so much and to like just live in the moment. And like, I find it funny how it's basically like a whole change. Yeah, I saw him live about 9 years after Poindexter came out. And yeah, I just think it's really funny how much he's changed. And since 2018, he's only changed even more. And there's also another line where he was like, where he said he's been in like the rapping game since like 2005. And remember when I was listening to his mixtape for the first time, that was when like people were like, oh, there's a legend that bino has another mixtape from 2005, but he destroyed all the copies of it because he doesn't like it. And like, for so many years people tried looking for it, and then they finally found it a couple of years ago, and I just thought that was so funny. But I'm not here to review that yet. So yeah, for the first song of the album, of the mixtape Extraordinary, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. It's good, but it's not really one of the best songs up here. And one of the best songs, in fact, one that is actually my favorite of the entire mixtape, would be the second song. So much better. Yeah, it's definitely so much better than the other songs on here. That was so terrible, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is my favorite song of Poindexter. It's always been my favorite song. I used to listen to it so many times in middle school. Yeah, it's funny. There was a line where he was like, girl scream Sick Boy, like we know each other, but we don't know each other, and whatever. Which I thought was so funny. I wonder what would happen if you said Sick Boy to him now. It's like, what would he even do? I think about stuff like that way too much. I think this is my favorite song because like, it never gets slow. Like, it just keeps going, and it just it doesn't get slow until like the very end. And I like when my songs just keep going over and over again. That's just me though. Like, I think in all my life, I've never skipped this song. I always listen to it when it comes on. And honestly, it doesn't really come on as much as it used to, because, I used to have a crusty old Android where I would illegally download 1,000,000 songs. But And now I don't do that, I just use Spotify, and there's no poindexter on Spotify, so I haven't listened to it in a while. Yeah, if I had to rate this song, it would be 10 out of 10. Like, I'm sorry, but I personally don't find anything here that I dislike. That's just me though. The third song, however, it was not that good. It's Fat People. And yeah, it's like super weird every time I have to, not I have to, but like every time I make someone listen to this mixtape for the first time, like they always get so weirded out by this song. And I understand, I was also really weirded out when I first heard it. Yeah, I have no idea who the guy being featured is. I've never heard of him. Yeah, I don't really care about this song. It's weird and it's not as catchy. So, I give it a 3 out of 10. Okay, the fourth song would be The Awesome. Okay, now this one was actually one of my favorites a long time ago. Yeah, it's really goofy, but I love it still. Yeah, there's this game on Roblox called The Normal Elevator. And I don't know if they still have this level, or I mean this floor. But there was like one floor where like you could play basketball. And then, like the background music was like the song that they used, like the sample song. And I would always think it was so funny that they would play it. And I would start saying weird stuff like I am the awesome or whatever in the Roblox chat. And I would be like, what the heck are you talking about? And it would be funny because like nobody would understand what I was saying. And yeah, there's an upload of this song from like 2011 or so. And like for some reason, for a while now, people have been like trying to be the last comment. Every time you comment someone, another person is like last, another person says something random, and after that someone else is like last. And I know because I'm one of those people. I've been trying to be last like since I first found that YouTube video. And I just think it's so funny. I don't know if anyone else has committed to it for that long. Yeah, the feature is not that bad. I thought it was okay. Yeah, it's a little silly, but I like it. If I had to rate this song, it would be 8 out of 10. Okay, and now for the next song. What is it, the fifth song now? It's called Yes. Yeah, I really liked the song Yes for a long time. I feel like no one really talks about it. It's more underrated, even though it's actually really good. Yeah, I think it's a little... I also think this one was a little silly. There was a line where like Childish Gambino was like, I've been doing this ever since Harry Potter was new, which I think is a lie. It couldn't have been for that long. And there's also another line that used to like always, okay, I was like really little, but like there was a line where he said that Latin girls see your face and call you stupida, and I always hated that line. Because in my head I'll be like, that's not even how you say it in Spanish. But, you know, not all Latin people, speak Spanish. And it was up until like today, like a few hours ago, while I was writing my notes for this. I was like, well, maybe it was a different language. So then like I used Google Translate to see. And I guess it's like stupid in like Italian or whatever. But still, that's not even Latin. But then I was like, but wait, sometimes they borrow from other languages, and honestly I have no idea. But yeah, I don't really care anymore. Yeah, I remember this song was the first time I heard the phrase bust a nut, and I had no idea what that meant until like several months later someone said it to me. But whatever, that's something else. If I had to rate this song, it would be 7 out of 10. It was really good, but it's not quite the top songs. Yeah, there's a rabbit in a cage over there, so if you hear any weird sounds, it's that. Okay, and the next song is Huck Jones. I already lost count. I think this is like the 6th song. Yeah, Huck Jones. I used to really not like this song. I thought it was so dumb and foolish. But as I got older, I realized that this song is actually really good. I have no idea who the feature is. But yeah, she sounds so silly. That line where she said that someone thought she was a boy was so real, because I remember before I showed my face, everyone else on here, specifically like the Childish Gambino YouTube comments, also thought that I was a boy, and I thought it was really funny. I just like kept up with the act for so long. I don't know why I thought it was funny. But it got boring. Yeah, so I wasn't there when this mixtape was released, but from what I heard was that like the file was corrupted. I think I talked about it in my hot potatoes video, where yeah, like the file got uploaded with the rest of the mixtape, but like when you listen to it, it's like stops or it cuts short. I don't know. Whoever listened to it when it first came out might know what it actually was. I wasn't there. And you know, I feel like the channel that uploaded it, the full song, like for the first time, there's like this theory that the channel was Childish Gambino himself who made it to promote his music. I did not come up with this theory, someone else did, but she's not talking to me. She hasn't talked to me in so many years, so I can't really talk about it. Yeah, and I'm not gonna take credit for that. If I had to rate Hawk Jones out of 10, it would be 6. And then the next song is Almost There. And this song I also used to not like very much. I mean, it was definitely more enjoyable than Hawk Jones, but even then I just did not like this song. But now that I'm older, I love this song so much. I feel like it's something that we've all been through, you know, where you're in Childish Gambino's place or you're the one it's about. I feel like everyone's been one or the other at some point. And, you know, it's one of those songs where I just wonder who it is even about. You know, for all we know, it could actually be the mom of his children now. I feel bad though, because I remember when I was small, I would like go to the comment section of this song, and someone in the comments would be all like, "Oh, it's the sample from," or "Oh, who's singing the background vocals?" And I would reply to them. I would be like, "Your mom." Like I wanted to tell them their mom was doing the background vocals, and yeah, I thought it was like the funniest thing, but well, I mean, it still was kind of funny, but I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah, I love this song so much, and I'm glad that I grew up a little more, so that I finally got to enjoy it more. If I had to rate it, it would be 8 out of 10. Unfortunately, this next song I never liked either as a kid, and to this day I still hate it. It's Hollering. Oh my god, I really do not like this song at all. Every time I listen to the mixtape, I skip it. I think it sounds so goofy and not even in a good way. I don't know what the heck Dean is. I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've seen that. I have no idea what the heck Dean means. It's like the feature. But every time like I go to comment, someone's like, "Who is the Dean?" And then like I'm equally as confused. If anyone can like explain that, like give me a full explanation, I would really appreciate that. Yeah, this song is not good. I feel like it's all over the place and not very catchy. It feels kind of like out of tune or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. And another thing is that when I was little, I read this book. I think it was called Sheep, and it was about like this dog, who like had like a lot of owners. And then there was like this one owner he had, where it was like a guy, and then he had like another friend with him, and then like his friend would always be like screaming or something, so then the other guy would be like, "Quit your hollering." And so the dog was like led to believe that the other guy's name was Hollering. And that's what I thought of when I saw the title to this song. Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows which book I'm talking about. I haven't read it in so long. It's somewhere in this room, but I don't know where. Yeah, I never liked this song, and I never will, and I rated a 1 out of 10. The next song, however, is one of my favorites. It's My Name Bambi. Oh my gosh, I love this song so much. I've always loved this song as a kid, and I still love it now. It sounds like a theme song to like Childish Gambino in general or all that. because you know he calls himself Bambila or Bambino or whatever, and this is just like, you know. Okay, I'm sorry, someone has to know what I mean. I love this song because it's about how everyone thinks he's weird or whatever, or like not necessarily what you see every day, but that he doesn't care. That only makes him more cool. You know, like instead of it being a bad thing, it's a great thing, and you know nobody else is doing what you're doing. That's what I get from it. And the feature is like really weird. I feel like a long time ago, back then, people did not like this feature. They had no idea who the heck the person was. I don't really know either. But like I feel like nowadays everyone loves it. You know, everyone can relate to it now. I never had a problem with it because I always related it to it since I first heard the feature about how like the guy is like really depressed or whatever. Okay, anyways, if I had to rate this song, it would be a 9 out of 10. This one has always been one of my favorites. Okay. The next song is Grind. Yeah, this one, I thought it was okay as a kid, but I like it less and less now, honestly. Yeah, I don't believe in the grind. I feel like humans were not made to grind. I think we were made to laze around all day and do nothing. That's not true. That's just me. We were supposed to help each other and not expect anything in return, you know, none of this capitalism or whatever. But I'm not gonna talk about that because I don't know everything. I think it sounds weird. You know, I know technically during this era, Childish Gambino was like supposed to sound weird, but I feel like it's, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't like how it sounded. Yeah, the song is alright, whatever. I'd rather not listen to it, but if I'm in a mood, I guess I'll let the whole thing play. I give it a 5 out of 10. Okay, the next song is The Rocker. Yeah, I like this one. It's pretty good and it's catchy. I don't have much to say about the actual song itself. It's good, but like, I don't know, there wasn't really anything that stood out to me from it. But I do have a really funny story about this song. It happened a few months ago. I was in the car with someone and I was making him listen to it. And like, okay. So we were listening to it, and then on the sidewalk there was like this guy walking, and I forgot if he had like headphones or like a boombox or something, but he had like one of those, and like he had a really long t-shirt and like a hat and like really baggy jeans. And the person in the car with me, he was all like, that guy looks like he's listening to the same song we are. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. He really did look like he came from 15 years ago. I wish I could have drawn him so you guys could see what I'm talking about, but I think I explained it pretty well. Yeah, it was definitely one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me. That's not true. If I rated this song, it would be 7 out of 10. It's really good and it's really catchy, but there's not much to say about it in my opinion. The next song is I'm So Focused. This one I've never really cared for. I didn't care for it back then, and I don't care for it now. I usually always, well, not always, but like sometimes, most of the times I always skip it when it comes on. Yeah. You know, I said that I liked So Much Better because it was like so fast paced and it hardly gave you a break. But I'm So Focused just kind of stays like chill and slow for most of the time, and you know, I get kind of bored. Yeah. I just don't really care for the song. I gave it a 4 out of 10, maybe 3 out of 10. Okay, and the next song is Starlight. I feel like a lot of people like this song. Yeah, I've always loved this song since like I first listened to it. I thought that DC did okay. I've definitely heard worse from him in Childish Gambino songs, but I've also heard better, from him. I feel like when I first heard this song, I thought it was like so interesting. I had never heard any songs like that before in my life. I've never heard a song with the same vibe. And 9 years later, I still feel the same way. I feel like I still haven't heard any song that is similar to this one. It's really unique and interesting in a good way. I'm glad that this song didn't stay too underrated, at least like, amongst Childish Gambino fans, the ones that really be looking through their old stuff. Yeah, I'm glad this song isn't really that overlooked in my opinion, or at least amongst the people I've talked to about it. I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, and now the last song is Sunshine. I love this song as well too. I feel like I can't listen to Starlight without Sunshine right after. And once again, I have no idea what the heck Dean is. I'm sorry, I just don't know. Please tell me someone. Earlier I said that when someone would ask who like the background vocals of Almost There is, I would tell them, oh, it's your mom. And I'm pretty sure I did the same for whatever the heck Dean is. And I don't know, I was really so bored, and it's pretty funny. Yeah, I really love this song. I feel like it's more pop than like the other previous songs on the mixtape, and I find that very interesting. A lot of people don't like pop, but personally I love it. I mean, a lot of Childish Gambino fans don't like pop for some reason. I think that it was a great outro to the mixtape. I feel like, there were other songs that could have been a close second, but I feel like this one was the best. The best song to like close off the mixtape. I give it a 9 out of 10. It was a really great outro, in my opinion. And yeah, to conclude this, I already talked about every song and which ones were my favorites, which ones were okay, and which ones I did not like. Yeah, this was definitely an improvement from Sick Boy, in my opinion. A really huge improvement despite only being a little over a year of its release. I do feel like it could have had less features. I feel like a lot of the features on here, well, not a lot, but like some of the features made it kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it didn't reach its full potential here. And what I find interesting is that So Much Better is like one of my favorite old Childish Gambino songs of like all time. And Hollering is like one of my least favorite Childish Gambino songs in general. And I find it interesting that Poindexter had both my most favorite and most hated songs. Like, Childish Gambino was really just doing whatever here. And I think that's so funny. Yeah, I definitely enjoy listening to this mixtape every time I listen to it. That sounds so stupid. It's very enjoyable for me to listen to. After so many years of listening to it, and it still hasn't gotten old to me. Some parts didn't age well, but it's just gonna happen always. If I had to rate this entire mixtape in general out of 10, it would be 6.5. Yeah, it's got a lot of everything, and it's a little over halfway good in my opinion. And yeah, that's what I think about Poindexter. I'm sorry it took so long. I kept saying I was gonna make it, and then like a million views would go by. Hopefully I can edit this quickly. And yeah, goodbye. Oh wait. Next will be I Am Just a Rapper. 1 and 2 put together. I'm not gonna mix them separately because in my opinion it's just one big mixtape. Okay, I'm sorry, but like it's just truth, okay? You need to stop separating them and accept that it's just one big mixtape. Yeah, bye.